Welcome to the Burnham Brief for January 24th, 2026. I'm your host, Danny Burnham, and I've got a fistful of news stories for you today, most of which don't involve anybody dying or anything bad happening. Sort of. We're going to start out with the weather. There's a lot going on there right now. There's a major storm already underway as of Friday night and then rolling into Saturday morning and on into the weekend. A massive winter storm is already impacting parts of the central United States as of Friday night and is expected to intensify and spread eastward Saturday morning, bringing heavy snow, damaging ice, freezing rain, and bitter cold to a large portion of the country through late on Sunday. Snow began falling Friday afternoon across North Texas and Oklahoma, including Oklahoma City and Amarillo, where temperatures dropped into the upper teens and low 20s. By Saturday morning, the storm is forecast to expand rapidly into the lower Mississippi Valley, the Tennessee Valley, and the Southeast, before reaching the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast late Saturday and then into Sunday. Snowfall totals of 8 to 18 inches are expected across parts of the Ohio Valley, the Mid-Atlantic, and the Northeast. Forecasts call for 9 to 13 inches of snow in Philadelphia, as many as 16 inches of snow in New York, a foot to a foot and a half in Boston, and then about a foot again in Washington, D.C. Farther south, a dangerous ice storm corridor is expected through North Texas, through Arkansas, northern Mississippi and Alabama, northern Georgia, and into the Carolinas, where a quarter of an inch to an inch of ice accumulation is possible. This level of icing could lead to widespread power outages and impassable roads, especially Saturday afternoon and night. Rain will mix with sleet and freezing rain along the southern edge of the storm early Saturday, particularly in parts of Louisiana and Mississippi, before colder air pushes temperatures below freezing. Temperatures will remain well below normal throughout the event. Highs on Saturday and Sunday are expected to stay in the 20s and 30s across the South, while much of the Northeast and Midwest remain in the teens and 20s, with wind chills dropping below zero in the northern plains and Great Lakes. The storm is expected to peak Saturday night through Sunday, gradually tapering off from west to east by late Sunday night into Monday, though dangerous cold and icy conditions may persist into early next week. Homeschooling is on the rise in North Carolina. Homeschooling enrollment in North Carolina surpassed the state's largest public school district during the 24-25 school year, according to state education data. The North Carolina Division of Non-Public Education reported 165,243 students registered in homeschool students statewide from the 24-25 academic year. The total exceeds the projected enrollment of approximately 161,000 for the Wake County Public School System in the 25-26 school year. Wake County Public School System is the largest traditional public schools district in North Carolina and among the largest in the United States. The comparison marks the first time statewide homeschool enrollment has exceeded the student population of any single district in the state. State records show that homeschooling in North Carolina has grown steadily over the past decade. Enrollment has increased by more than 50% since the mid-2010s, based on annual registration counts maintained by the Division of Non-Public Education. Nationally, homeschool participation has also increased in recent years, though comprehensive totals are not available because states collect and report data differently. Analyses of reporting states indicate that homeschool enrollment rose in 23-24 and again in 24-25. Federal surveys and independent research groups estimate that several million students nationwide are educated primarily at home, but no single authoritative count exists. At the same time, many large public school systems across the country have experienced enrollment declines since 2020. Data in major urban districts, including New York City and Chicago, show student populations remaining below pre-pandemic levels. Those declines reflect a combination of factors, including demographic changes, shifts among public, charter, and private and home-based education options, In North Carolina, homeschool programs are required to register with the state but operate independently of local school districts. Enrollment figures are based on reporting student counts submitted by registered homeschool administrators. The data indicate that homeschooling now represents a larger share of North Carolina's overall student population than at any point in modern state records, continuing a long-term upward trend that has persisted beyond the COVID-19 pandemic. In tech news, Google and Epic Games have struck a secretive $800 million deal helping Google market Android. Google and Epic Games have quietly entered into a new partnership tied to Android, Unreal Engine, and undisclosed product development, according to revelations made during their ongoing antitrust court proceedings. The details of the agreement remain confidential for now. As reported by The Verge, U.S. District Judge James Donato raised questions during a recent hearing about whether the two companies' legal dispute is being resolved in part due to a previously undisclosed business deal. Court disclosures indicate the agreement includes joint production development, marketing commitments, and partnership involving Unreal Engine, Fortnite, and the Android platform. Judge Donato suggested that Epic Games would assist Google in marketing Android, while Google would make use of Epic's core technology. He also expressed concern that the arrangement may have influenced Epic to soften its legal demands, ultimately leading to a settlement announced in November that would bring the years-long legal battle to an end pending final approval. Epic confirmed during the hearing that the agreement represents new business between the two companies. Epic CEO Tim Sweeney briefly alluded to the deal's connection to metaverse-related technology before stopping himself due to confidentiality concerns. The court revealed that the agreement is valued at approximately $800 million over 6 years, with Epic paying Google. While the exact nature of the collaboration remains secret, both companies indicated they will develop separate product lines while working together. The unexpected partnership marks a surprising turn after years of aggressive legal conflict. That's a fantastic koozie. In sports, Kyle Larson, the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series champion, recently received his second Goodyear Gold Car, a prestigious award given to the series champion. Larson drives the number 5 Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports, a team owned by Rick Hendrick. During the 2025 season, Larson accumulated a total of 3 wins, 15 top 5s, and 22 top 10s. He led a total of 1,106 laps throughout the season, showcasing his dominance on the track. Larson's margin of victory in the championship was secured by finishing third in the season finale at Phoenix Raceway, which was sufficient to clinch the title. Second place finisher in the championship standings was Denny Hamlin, who doesn't have nearly as many fans as Kyle Larson. Look for a new episode of the Burnham Podcast. This is all the Burnham Project, but look for a new episode of Burnham Podcast on the topic of church security to come out on Monday. You'll find it on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. Our scripture passage of the day is Psalm 46, verses 1 through 3. It says, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth give way, though the mountains be moved into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, though the mountains tremble at its swelling. Let's remember that as this ice storm sets in. Keep your brothers and sisters in prayer, look out for each other, and try to stay warm and dry. Thank you for watching. God bless.